Welcome to another day of Vlogmas. Today is week 10 of my indoor food gardening journey. I cannot believe it's been 10 weeks already. It seems absolutely crazy. Let's check out what's going on in the indoor food gardening world. I have a really exciting development to show you in case you missed one of my previous videos. You won't have seen what this is. And I have a little fun activity planned for this video. Before we get into today's update, I am going to give you a very quick recap of something that happened earlier in the week. Good morning, everyone. It's been about 2 or 3 days since I last did an indoor food garden update. And I've been thinking a lot about this indoor food garden, and I've made a very dramatic decision. Even though I was super excited about my strawberry plants and how they were doing, and how I even ate a strawberry that I ripened in the house, the reality is I think this is bug central. Out of all of my indoor food garden, I would say this is where a majority of the bugs are coming from. It probably wasn't the best idea to bring those strawberry plants in the house. I only had a few bugs before I brought them in, and afterwards the bugs went bananas. There were so many. This is just a couple days of bugs. Now, I wouldn't doubt that there could be a few in this planter, but I truly think most of them are coming from the strawberries. So I've made the decision. I'm going to dump this outside in my vegetable garden, and I'm going to not have anything here for a little while. I'm sure I will come up with something else. I always do. And this little zucchini seedling, I am going to save it. I haven't decided how I'm going to transplant it or into what, but I'm going to do something with it. I'm not going to waste it right away. Going to give it a chance, but everything else here is going into the outside garden. And hopefully my bug problem will be diminished. So we are back to today, this moment in time, and let's take a look at the indoor food garden. First of all, my green onions are definitely ready for harvesting. There is some right here hanging over. I do need to cut that probably today because otherwise it will go bad, and eat it. Maybe I'll have a salad for lunch and put it in my salad. So yeah, so these green onions are definitely ready for harvest. I didn't harvest for probably a week and a half or so at least. I can't remember exactly the last time I harvested, but they grow really, really fast. That is definitely something, if you have an indoor food garden, you need to have green onions growing, great value. These were all from grocery store green onions that I bought. I just planted the roots. And I just want to talk about something that if you are new here, you would not know, but if you've been around for a while, you know I have a bit of a bug problem. Here you can see there are bugs, and there are bugs up here. This has been going on for quite a few weeks now, and it got quite a bit worse when I brought in my strawberries from the outside. Well, as you would have seen in that video clip, I don't have the strawberries anymore. I do have them. They're in my outdoor food garden, but I don't have them in the house anymore. I put them back outside so they can live their lives out there. But I figured about 90% of the bugs were coming from that particular planter. Now, I know I still have bugs, as I showed you. I think it's a little bit less, even though that's pretty nasty. But I did have some viewers giving me suggestions on how to take care of these bugs, and I did order an item that hopefully will make a difference. This was a suggestion from one of my commenters, Latin A. It is the Vivo indoor fly trap. Not a sponsored video. I did pay for this with my own money on Amazon, one of my favorite shopping websites. It says purely physical mosquito killing. Now, I don't love killing bugs, but these kind of bugs I don't mind killing. However, I don't think I have mosquitoes. These are either fungus gnats or some other type of very tiny, tiny, tiny little bugs. There might even be 2 varieties. I'm not 100% certain. It says family and home safe, silent design, no chemical insecticides. So my understanding of this is you plug it into an indoor outlet. This is electrical. And you take off the adhesive liner from the sticky glue card. And I think that's it. It reminds me of my yellow bug traps, but with an electrical component. Don't know how well it will work, but I am going to try that out probably this week, maybe even later today. And see, I'm going to do a separate video reviewing this little fly bug trap because I'm really curious if this is a good product. Does it work well? Is it better than sticky traps? So I will let you know later in the indoor garden season what I think of this. I'll have a separate video, but I'll probably mention it in this indoor food gardening update. Back to the tour. Let's take a look at the basil. Now, I've put a lot of thought into this basil, and I am fairly certain I'm going to get rid of these. It makes me sad to think about it because I did rescue these from my outdoor food garden, and I did several good harvests from these plants, but I know they have bugs. That is not a question. The bugs are not going away. I can put oil in them, I can rinse them, but they still get bugs all the time. So, although I haven't done it yet, probably by the next update I won't have these anymore. Quite certain I'm going to compost them probably this week. Moving over, this is a little bell pepper seedling. It's doing fine, but really slow growing. And into my little seed starter trays. This little tomato plant is probably ready for potting up. I just haven't done it yet. And these are my baby bell peppers, the ones I planted from the grocery store that were mini bell peppers, and they have sprouted. It is super exciting. I also have standard bell peppers still from my original grocery store planting that are growing. Not quite ready for potting up, but soon. The ones with toothpicks are the minis. And moving into this seed tray right here, this is a little lettuce seedling. I'm just letting it grow in the starter tray because I have terrible luck growing lettuce in the house. I have killed many little starters so far. And these are more bell peppers. These are the full-size variety from the grocery store bell pepper seeds that I ate the pepper and planted the seeds. And there's lots of plants in here doing really well, no problems. This is one of my tomatoes that I transplanted in an earlier video in this series. Still doing okay. Putting on some good growth, but very slow growing. And what I've noticed is that my tomatoes and probably my bell peppers, though I cannot say for certain, I don't think they have bug problems like the basil or the strawberries did. I have seen the odd bug in the onions, not many, but I think the true problem with the bugs came from the strawberries and was accentuated by the basil. So the basil's gonna go, and we're gonna see if we can try to either eliminate the bugs or really, really reduce the number of bugs in this little indoor gardening situation. And moving into the window here, another starter tray. These are mostly the mini bell peppers, and I do see several of them have sprouted. We need a little more lighting here. This is my, oh no, I see a bug on my cucumber plant. That isn't good. 2 bugs. Oh dear, there's lots of bugs flying here. That is not good. So this is that baby cucumber plant that's been around for eons since I originally planted the cucumbers. And my bigger one passed away a while ago. It is still plugging along, just doing its thing. It's not looking as good as it was before, but it's still fine. Nothing really significantly wrong with it. Another bell pepper sprouting here, a mini. And unfortunately, these are my cucumber seedlings I replanted They're fine, they're just super leggy. I do need to do something about that pretty soon. I've got 2 of them, which is great. I just need to take care of the legginess. I do think if I repotted them a lot deeper, that would help a little bit. I just need to get on that. And moving along, here is a little bell pepper seedling. This one is doing particularly well in this windowsill. And more little bugs I see. Here's another one, not doing too bad, but not as vigorous as the one next door here. Excuse my mess. This is my craft project headquarters in the indoor food garden. I do need to do a thorough cleaning of this room pretty soon. We are venturing onto the bed to check out some more little planters. I don't think I showed this in the video, but I did have a few more pass away that were bell peppers. They just didn't make it. And I think right here, there's another one that I didn't pull out, but this one has not made it either. Another one has kicked the bucket, so there are 3 there that are not viable. But you guess what? I just noticed this. Can you guys see this? This is a sprout, and honestly, I don't know what this is because I don't recall planting anything else other than that bell pepper that passed away. And I know this is a sprout, so I am really curious what this is. And I thought that I used indoor soil for this. That was from potting bags. So I am super curious as to what the heck this is going on right here. And I should probably water the soil. It's almost bone dry. I don't know what it is, but I'm actually going to let it grow because I really want to know what is growing in this soil that I did not plant. Very intrigued. I will keep you updated as to what this mystery seedling is or is developing into. And moving into this little planter box, we have some much more vigorous bell peppers here. What I've noticed is my smaller planters, like these are really mini size ones, the peppers are doing much better in these than the bigger ones. I wish I had more of them. This is all recycled stuff. I didn't buy any more planter pots. This is all stuff I've used in previous seasons or with houseplants. I don't throw them out, I just recycle them. Lots of lush growth. So I really wish I had more of these. And I don't know why the bell peppers are doing better in the smaller containers, but it is something I've noticed. Maybe they prefer their roots to be in a smaller space. I do not know, but definitely an interesting observation. Very healthy foliage here. And this one here, not so healthy, but looks like it's trying to put on new growth. So I haven't pulled it out yet. We're gonna see if it'll survive. Now here are my planter pots. This is where my cucumbers originally started when I started this food gardening challenge. Then they sprouted. I realized they shouldn't be growing too far from the light, so I transplanted them. And now we have big cuttings in here that I took a couple weeks ago, and I did show you those, but I added some bamboo poles. This was from my bamboo massacre in the summer, and I decided let's try to grow some peas. So these are the peas I'm going to attempt to grow in my planters where the cucumbers will end up once again one day when they're bigger. This is from the company Bounty Beyond Belief. I have some very interesting thoughts on this company. The first time I ever did a seed haul from them. I haven't filmed that video yet, but you will see it soon. I have a whole pile of seeds from this company. So I did dig into it a little bit before making my video because I needed some pea seeds and I didn't have any left. This is a Sugar Ann variety. It says sweet pods 14 days earlier than Sugar Snap variety. These vines are 24 to 30 inches tall. Do not need a trellis or support. I did not pick this out before I went to get my bamboo poles. I assumed I was planting peas that would need a staking system. So we're going to try these first. If they don't work out, I might pick a different variety from my collection to give them a try, but we're gonna try to grow peas indoors. Now I know from my research you can pollinate them if you get to that stage with flowering, can pollinate them, but you can also eat pea shoots. So I might actually eat these as tender green shoots instead of the peas themselves. Haven't decided yet, but let's plant. So here are my pea seeds. I'm going to plant, I think, at least 4, maybe more than that. Maybe even like 6 or 8 in each container. And the soil is super dry. I haven't been watering this because I don't believe any plants in here growing. So I will give it a little drink of water when we're finished. And I'm gonna put 1 to 2, probably 2 around each stick. I know they don't need trellising, but this is just kind of giving me a way of separating them. I might put some a little further from the sticks as well. And I am super curious if this is going to work out or not. I've certainly seen my share of failure in this indoor food gardening journey, but I think the only way to see more success is to try more experiments. The more experiments you try, the more likely something is going to work out. So we just keep on experimenting with this indoor food gardening. I think that's enough. I probably put about 6 or 8 in each pot, and we'll see how they do. I'll keep you updated. A different part of the house, and I am going to give you another little indoor gardening update. I am participating in Mike's Winter Indoor Food Gardening Challenge, the WIG 2023 hashtag. And I am venturing into the world of hydroponics. In case you missed my video, let me give you a quick little recap of what that's about. I unboxed my very first ever hydroponics growing system in a recent Vlogmas video. I was so excited to try it out. And I planted some lettuce seedlings. These ones right here, lettuce seeds, I should say. These lettuce seeds right here from, I'm not sure what seed company, but it is Summertime Lettuce. I really wanted to grow indoor lettuce, so this was my last attempt. And so far, nothing has sprouted yet that I'm aware of. Let's take a little peek, but I check this every day, and I have not seen any growth. I won't open them all for you, but I do not see any growth yet. I absolutely love the little silent hum that this machine makes. And because I have a bug problem in my indoor garden, and this room is only a few meters away from the other room, I do know that bugs do fly. And because I have so many bugs in the other room, I did put one of these fly traps here. So this has been here since the second day of opening up this kit. And I would say it's got a few bugs on there. Not as bad as the other room, but it's got some. And I really don't want to get bugs into the system if possible. So I'm trying hard to make sure they do not get in. I haven't seen any come out of the machine itself or the little holes in the machine. So hopefully they aren't getting in and it's all good. Still waiting for my sprouts though. So for this, I'm actually going to do a separate video once the plants start growing, a really short video every week to show you the progress, separate from the indoor food garden. So you're going to want to check out those too. But for now, I will probably show little glimpses of this in the indoor food garden, but not every week once they start growing. So definitely check out those videos too. I think they're going to be 2 to 5 minutes long, most likely. And that will continue at least until April of this year, maybe all year. I haven't decided yet. Thank you so much for watching my little Vlogmas video, week 10 of my indoor food gardening journey. I hope if you're a content creator who does gardening content, you will think about joining in on Mike's Indoor Food Gardening Challenge. It is an open collaboration for any creator. Use the hashtag WIG2023 and plant something inside your home this winter. Sooner than later, if possible. There are prizes, and the contest only goes until sometime in April. So you want to get on it if you want to participate. Check out the playlist for this series, and we will see you tomorrow with another Vlogmas video. Bye for now.